another video, and in this video I will be ranking all these video game movies. So I got this idea the other day from, of course, watching the new Sonic 3 movie. That movie was really good, and we will touch on it here in a second. But guys, I honestly thought about this idea way before the Sonic 3 movie. I just thought it was the best time to do it now, just because it came out like 2 days ago. So of course I'm gonna make this video, and I'm gonna stop yapping. I'm gonna get right into the ranking. First thing we have is the Mario movie. So this is a good way to start off the thing. Okay, so the Mario movie, if you guys seen it, it's a really good movie just for it being Mario. It's not really that deep of a movie. Like, you're not gonna go into the movie theaters expecting some spectacular story, but it's a love letter to the Mario fans. This has so many Mario references, from Mario Kart, from the 3D games, to Super Smash Bros, to even Donkey Kong, like all kinds of stuff. There's just references all over the place, and I absolutely love this movie. It was one of my favorite movies that came out in, I think, 2022, or maybe it was 23, one of those years. When it came out, it was a really good movie, and I really love it, and it's Mario, and I love Mario, so of course that's gonna be S tier for me. Next up, we have a game that isn't, or not a game, but a movie that is a game, but it's not based off a game, I don't think. And it's free, guys. So it's kind of, basically, to give you guys a little summary, it's about an NPC in a game that's basically GTA, and he finds out later, like in the movie, that he just keeps reliving his same life over and over again. It's really good, and it really, like, he falls in love too, but he's not supposed to because he's an NPC. It's a good movie. I honestly don't hear much about it, but I honestly really liked it, and I watched it before I went to Vegas, so it's kind of a memory. I watched it with my uncle and stuff. He said it was a pretty good movie, so I like watched it the day before we went to the airport, and I thought it was a really good movie, so I think I'm gonna put it at the top of A tier. I don't think it's really an S tier movie, but it does deserve to be near the top of A. We have another really good movie that's probably gonna go right below Free Guy, that being Ready Player One. Okay, this movie was pretty good when it came out. I watched it like not that long ago, and it's like, I don't know, the first time you watch it, it's pretty good, but it's not really a movie I like to rewatch really, but it's still a really good movie, so I don't want to take it, like, I don't want to put it any lower, because it really does deserve its flowers, and it was kind of ahead of its time. And I think the idea of the virtual reality is really smart, especially since that's kind of when it started getting popular. And honestly, maybe in the next 20 years, our world is going to be looking like that. So yeah. Next, we have the Jumanji from 2017. I think this is probably a high B tier. I think the one over here, or no, it's the same one. I think the one right over here is better, and I'll explain that later. But this was a pretty good movie, though. I still liked it. It was a fun movie. This was kind of whenever The Rock and Kevin Hart were actually liked. Now The Rock is honestly a hated actor just because he plays the same role over and over. Jack Black was also in this movie too, which was a good little touch. So yeah, it was a stacked acting. It had a lot of good actors in it. But yeah, The Rock and Kevin Hart were popular during this time, so this movie did do really well, and I honestly thought it was a pretty good movie though. We have the old Mario movie. This movie is awful. It's probably gonna be our only D tier, but there might be some other ones. And excuse the little logo, I didn't mean to do that because I had to add all these images earlier, so I'm sorry about that. But yeah, the Mario movie, guys, if you've watched it, it's so weird. I remember watching it when I was like really little, and I thought it was cool, but like when you rewatch it, it's just a mess. Like, I don't know what they were thinking. Bowser's not even a Koopa. He's like a human with like some. He just looks weird. The Goombas are like little. I don't even know. Maybe it's the Koopas. They're either Koopas or Goombas, but I think they were Goombas. And they made them into like people, and they were like lizards. It was so weird. That movie was just a mess. I don't even really remember the whole plot, but I do know Mario and Luigi were plumbers, and that's pretty much it. But that movie was awful. And we have the other Jumanji movie. I actually really enjoyed this one. This is a fun movie, and it has oh gosh, I can't think of his name, but he was one of the old people in this movie, and I like how they added the two older people into it, and how they were like, The Rock was played by one of them, and Kevin Hart was the other guy, and I thought it was just so funny. It was a really good movie, and honestly, compared to the other one, it's just executed a lot better in my opinion. I remember watching it with my dad too, and we both really enjoyed that movie, so I really do think it deserves to be up here. Okay, we got the movie that I just watched. I don't want to spoil this movie, but it was amazing. Like, I don't want to spoil it just because it came out, so I'm not going to really like explain it, but I'm going to kind of like touch on stuff. Shadow was really, really cool in this movie, guys. Like, the ending was really cool as well. But I really like how they did with Shadow. Keanu Reeves did a good job at voicing Shadow as well. I was kind of worried stepping into the movie theater that he wouldn't be that good, but he actually did really good. And I thought Shadow was just an amazing character in this movie. And I really enjoyed the second one, and I honestly think the third one is better than the second. So the second one will probably be up there with it. But other than that, yeah, everyone got some good screen time in this movie except the Donut Lord, basically. So yeah, this movie really focused on Knuckles, Tails, and Sonic a lot more, which I really enjoyed. And yeah, who doesn't want that? And if you guys haven't seen this movie, wait until the post credits, because that went crazy. Everyone in the theater was freaking out. But yeah, I can't really talk much about the third one since it just came out, so you guys need to go watch it yourself. But the next movie we're going to touch on is Ralph Breaks the Internet. I remember watching this movie by myself in the movie theater whenever it came out, and I mean, it's not bad, but it's not good. I mean, I think it's better than the Jumanji from 2017. There it goes. But it's an average movie. It's not anything spectacular. I really, really liked the first Wreck-It Ralph though, and I honestly wanted this one to be good. I don't know what was wrong with this one. I think it might have been because Fix-It Felix wasn't in it as much, but I don't know. I don't know what they did wrong with this one. If they redid it better, I feel like it would be a lot, like, just overall a better movie. I just can't really explain why this movie isn't the best though, since I'm not really that good of a film critic, because I usually like a lot of movies that people usually don't like. I'm not picky with movies, but this movie was like, I've rewatched it a couple of times, you know, and I do like it, so I don't want to be too harsh on it. The first Angry Birds movie, okay, I actually like the Angry Birds movie. I like the second one more though, but the first one's probably like right there. It's a funny movie, I'm not gonna lie. The Angry Birds movies are pretty funny, so they are a good laugh. The story about that, I don't even really remember the story. Those movies are not, well, this one in particular, I don't even remember what happened in the first one, to be honest. Well, now that I think about it, yeah, I do, but it really wasn't that good of a story, if I'm going to be honest with y'all, and it was just a fun little movie to watch, you know. It was a family kids movie, so you can't really like expect a lot. The OG Mortal Kombat movie, not really a fan of these movies, really. The Mortal Kombat movies just aren't really that good. As much as I love Mortal Kombat and the characters and stuff, the movies are just awful, and I don't know what it is. The story modes in the games are so much better than the movies themselves. I don't know what's wrong with it. They honestly might as well just get the Mortal Kombat game developers to develop a story than Hollywood, because they just don't know how to work with Mortal Kombat. Next we have Silent Hill. I hardly even remember anything about this movie. This movie came out a long time ago. I'm probably just, I don't think it was that good, because I feel like if I enjoyed it, I would have watched it again. I haven't watched it in Lord knows how long. I'm just gonna put it right there at the bottom of C, because I don't think it was as bad as the Mario movie. Pixels. Okay, this is an Adam Sandler movie. I do like Adam Sandler a lot as an actor. This was a fun movie too. Wasn't really like, you know, Adam Sandler movies aren't really story driven. They're more of just fun movies. So I don't think it's really like up here, but I could see it being at the top of B, just because like what it did what it was supposed to do, like basically perfect. I mean, Adam Sandler movies, you're supposed to just be able to relax and watch, kind of have your mind on autopilot. You're not really looking for some like crazy insane story, so I really like this movie though. I thought it was really cool during the time, and it has Pac-Man, Donkey Kong, and Galaga in it, so all the arcade games. Sonic 2, okay, yeah, right there. Oh, right there below Sonic 3. This is probably gonna be the second best movie on the list. Sonic 2 was really, really good, and I rewatched it like 2 weeks ago, like, so it's fresh in my mind because I watched all the Sonic movies since the new one came out. And the second one introduced Tails, which is one of my favorite Sonic characters, you know, and Knuckles, another one of my favorites. And then of course Sonic developed. Jim Carrey actually went bald in this movie, so yeah, he looked like Robotnik, so instead of him having hair in the first one. And yeah, this movie was perfect for another just perfect movie. The Sonic movies are just insanely good for what they've just accomplished so much for gaming films. And I think people started to realize that gaming films are actually getting really good. Like even the Mario movie was really good. So yeah, gotta watch Sonic 2 if you haven't. That's for sure. This is a repeat, so I'm just gonna put it right there because I accidentally put another one on there. Wreck-It Ralph 1. This is probably, it's either top of A or S, but I think I'm gonna put it S tier because this movie was really good. Like Wreck-It Ralph was a really good movie. It honestly could potentially be better than the Mario movie, but I don't know. It's a close one. Wreck-It Ralph's a really good movie because, like, if you guys haven't seen it, which I'm sure you have, it's a bad guy who basically turns good. Wreck-It Ralph isn't a real life like video game series. They are fictional characters, but there are real video game villains on here. M. Bison's in it, I'm pretty sure, from Street Fighter. Bowser's in it. Sonic is in it too, in one of them. The Ghost from Pac-Man. Like, it's just a whole bunch of random villains in this game, but it was a really good movie though. Wreck-It Ralph is one of Disney's best movies, so yeah. Sonic 1, we're gonna put it probably right there. I mean, basically each Sonic movie, they just got better and better. And the first one introduced the relationship with Sonic and basically humanity. And yeah, good story. Jim Carrey, you know, I love Jim Carrey as an actor. He did really good as Robotnik, and I love him as Robotnik. Probably one of my favorite roles he's had out of all of his acting. And I honestly think he's meant for a role like that. So, you know, he played the Riddler too. So yeah, he's pretty good at playing villains that are funny. So yeah, Sonic 1 was pretty good. It's definitely not nearly as good as these two, but still a really good film. Angry Birds 2, I really do like Angry Birds 2, but I'm probably gonna put it right there at the bottom of A, because this movie was really funny. I like the Angry Birds movies for comedy purposes. And yeah, I honestly just think it's like, I mean, they team up with the pigs and they go, gosh, I forgot what they even do in this one though. But the story was like pretty good though. I like the characters. The actors are funny too, which also made the film just overall good. Not much I really have to say about the Angry Birds 2 movie, but yeah, Five Nights at Freddy's, it came out last year. The second one comes out next year during Halloween, which is exciting. It was a pretty good movie. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and say it was like a masterpiece, but I do think it deserves to be like right there. It was a good movie. Like, you can easily just watch the Five Nights at Freddy's movie and basically learn the not really all the lore, but you can basically get an understanding from the movie, which is what the Sonic movies do really well too. Like, if you've never played a Sonic game and you watch the Sonic movies, like, you understand basically basically most of the lore and all that, which is really cool. And they have so many references in them. Same with the Five Nights at Freddy's movie, just tons of references. It's really good for the fans, and this movie was really hype, and the second one is probably going to be just as hyped up whenever it comes out, and I honestly think it's going to be a lot better whenever it does come out. Gran Turismo, it was actually a pretty solid movie, I'm not even going to lie. It's probably going to be at the top of B. It was a really good movie. I have only played like one Gran Turismo game, and that's on the PlayStation 5. I forgot what it was even called though, but I haven't played it in a while. But the Gran Turismo games aren't even that bad, so I'm just shocked they even made a movie about it, to be honest, before God of War and stuff like that. And even Zelda needs to get one too, but yeah, well, Sony wise though, God of War definitely needs one. We have Detective Pikachu. This is an S tier movie. I really like Detective Pikachu. I haven't seen it in a while, but whenever this movie came out, I really liked it. And I've watched it a couple of times since then. Just a really good movie. Honestly, the Nintendo movies have gone so much better since this garbage. So yeah, Detective Pikachu is pretty cool, and Mewtwo is the villain in it as well. So who doesn't like it when Mewtwo's the villain? So we have another Mortal Kombat movie. This one was at least better, but I just don't like them. I wish they would make good movies for Mortal Kombat, because this is such a good gaming franchise that just deserves good movies. And hopefully eventually they get hopefully eventually they just figure out how to make a good movie for them. Tomb Raider, I haven't seen this movie in a while too. Just gonna put it right there. I mean, it's been a while since I've even watched it. Uncharted, okay, I did watch this not that long ago though, so I honestly think Uncharted could probably be, we can probably put it right there above Ralph Breaks the Internet. I do like the Uncharted games, and I thought this film did pretty good for what it was trying to do. If it had some elements that were a little bit better, could probably be at the bottom of A. But other than that, guys, that's my list. Tell me in the comments below what you think. I know there's definitely some movies that I probably missed. I tried to remember some of them, and I honestly got most of the main ones. And honestly, I don't know what else I could really do with this list, but I really want to hear what you guys would swap and what your tier list would be. So in the comments, tell me what you guys would change and what you would do. With all that being said though, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and peace out.